Chuck.
Chuck. Yeah, he had troubles. Had 3 children, and a number 3 son one had 2, but both now divorced. Heartbreakers. They are good fathers and the children and grown adults. Of course, the most heartbreaking divorce was our bonus child. Which one was that?
Chris.
You got a divorce?
Yes.
Oh, yes, a Tynell.
Yeah.
Oh, poo. That was Tynell. Blech! And you know what? Oh, I'll never forget that. They had that house up on that hill. And, oh, God, that was terrible. She was going off with some other guy in a car, and he had to pull him out. It just broke his heart.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there, and he was crying. And her parents came. They insisted that she gets all this stuff. He had a house. No way. He didn't get a thing. Chris kept the house. By golly, they had an eye on that yeah. But she's the one that was going out and cheating.
Right.
And so she got out. And Chris had that house. And I bought him special stuff to put in there. I don't know how long he lived in there. It's a nice house. And I stopped there. I don't remember how he met Lori and all that. Lori was so good for him.
Mm-hmm.
May God bless and watch over them. This is my prayer. Pray for them. And the one who loves me most, even the worst, he is a shepherd. Family and other daily adventures causes where these quotes came from, I don't remember. Now for our golden years, we were able to enjoy the family we have, but we also enjoyed going to service for our church with the church years. Because minister. Bill also lectured and acted for that. What I enjoy most in administering, I really did. To the Eucharist, to the sick and elderly confined in their homes and nursing homes. I have several whom I admitted to that have become very attached over the years. It gave me great pleasure to go to them. When I entered their room to pray with them and gave them the Eucharist, they would see the love, appreciation in their eyes and smiles. I walked away with such joy in my heart and thank God for the opportunity to bring them joy. I've been many of them receive their last rites and feel the sadness and joy. I have all of them and their families in my prayers. I hope they knew daily that I minister to now from our first meeting. I feel I will get very attached to her.
Mm-hmm.
This one, right here. I must tell you about Betsy Cunningham. She sat in a long row behind us in church at 9 o'clock Mass. She was a lovely lady. We always greeted each other. One Sunday she told me she found she had cancer. I prayed for her. Later I heard she was in ICU at the hospital. On a Saturday, just out of the blue, I decided to go visit her. She was all alone when I got to her room. She was surprised to see me, looked at me and said, "Jesus sent you." Needless I say, I was in awe. I prayed with her and asked if she had a rosary. She said no, so I reached in my purse, gave her my rosary. She kissed the cross. She asked me if I would do me a favor, and I said yes. She told me that she was a convert, and her children were baptized Catholic, but do not go to church. Would I pray for them? I said, of course. I kissed her and said good night, blessed, and drove home in daze. Sunday morning after Mass, I asked Father Kevin if anyone was taking communion to Betsy. He says, no. Why don't you? I delighted to do that. When I got to the hospital and walked into ICU, I asked the nurse if I could see Betsy, and she said she just died.
Wow.
You know it. I asked if I could go in to see her. She said yes. I walked in, and at that foot of her bed was her son and daughter. I saw your mind if I got her bedside to see her. They said, please do. I prayed over her when they gave them my condolences. The daughters asked if the rosary and she had in her mind, and I said yes. She said when they went to see her Saturday night, she was clutching it and said, I'm ready to go.
Wow.
She was hanging on to my rosary. What did she say to you? I said she just asked me to pray for her children, and I said I would. I left and I cried all the way home, but I just can't describe the emotions that I was feeling. I felt so much humble, knowing that God really used me. I say to you, whatever you did for one of the least brothers of mine, you did for me. I'll never forget that. She just lit up when I come there, when I'd come in there. And those daughters were standing back there.
Hmm.
I forgot about that. To this day, I pray for her children every day. Years have passed. I would recommend the grief ministry to each of you. That on the top of the list is a service, as far as I'm concerned, is doing loving things for my children. Grand and great children, they are true blessing. Service at them and truly labor of love. My children love not love a word or speech, but need and truth. Now, before I close, to tell you how I got here, the Acts team. I did the retreat in January '04. I never had any desire to be on a team. How several months I was in kind of a funk. I would wear the words of the song, Here I Am, Lord, running through my mind. When I went to adoration, when I prayed, tried to meditate, and again I would hear, Here I am, Lord. The same word happened on Sundays after receiving communion, and I would hear it while I was trying to sleep. At night, I felt God was trying to tell family something. Well, one day I received an email. Two of my dearest young friends, Joanne Garner and Kathy Hebert, they live at Bramstein, Germany. We knew. In 1990, we were the same Renew group, and they and their families became our family away from home. After hearing, Here I Am, Lord, ringing my ears for so long, and they said they were coming to do the Acts retreat at St. Mark's. The 9 girls, in order to make the retreat, info back in their parish in Yorktown, I decided that I wanted to be on the Acts team. When Belinda called and asked if I would want to be on the team, I said yes, with joy. I asked Belinda who told her that I wanted to be on the team. She said no one. She was looking in the Acts book and saw a picture of my called, of me. So here I am, Lord. Thank you for calling me in the night. I will go flow. If you lead me, I will hold your people in my heart. Then sometime later, Carol Frankie called and asked if I wanted to be on the team to go to Virginia. I was delighted to say yes. So, here I am, Lord. It was been a pleasure to serve you there as well. I went to Virginia with all those girls.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm. That was it. That was it. I didn't mean to read it all to you.
That was fun.
Huh?
I enjoyed that.